welcome aboard. If you want to join the conversation at any time, give us a call at 877-CHAT-212. Again, 877-CHAT-212. Paul Eng, welcome to the Political Chick. He is from the Consumer Reports. Come on in.
Hi, Lisa. Thanks for having me today.
Oh, thanks so much for coming on. I want to get your vibe. I know this is not what Consumer Reports is putting on, but what's your opinion in general about how retail sales are going? I was actually kind of inspired by the fact that they were on the whole up 0.5%, and then Cyber Monday seemed to be pretty successful, but, it wasn't anything staggeringly outstanding, but it nevertheless, a bump up is a bump up, right?
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, the numbers aren't as stellar as they were past years, but you're right. The bump up is a bump up, and I think last week you had Lisa Freeman, my colleague, on,
Yes.
I think everyone's kind of, that cynical thing, flat is the new up, right? So even a small kind of uptick is like, whoo, let's go break out the champagne. But
That's right.
As you pointed out in the beginning of your show, ComScore said Cyber Monday was up 5%. I've seen figures that say that, online shopping has gone up as much as 11% maybe, so...
Yeah, even Core Metrics said up to 13.9%. So we've got a nice big range from 5% to 14% if you want to be conservative. You could even say the 5% jump, though, is a good sign, right?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's a really good sign that, people are out there buying. But I think one of the things that we're seeing is that people are being smarter in their purchase decisions. They're going online, obviously. I think, people have kind of gotten over the whole... Let's stand in, freezing cold temperatures on Black Friday and hope that we get that 1 out of 5 TVs,
Oh, come on. It's so much fun to do that, though.
I tell you, I did it once, and, I said, okay, that was it for the experience. I'm never going to do this again.
Well, you're a guy. You just don't have that gene.
I am a guy, but no, I mean, if it's the right thing, like electronics, I'll be out there, sure.
All right. And that is your bag, consumer electronics. Let's talk about that angle. They did say Cyber Monday, the majority of the sales came from jewelry and clothing, but we've got a lot of hot gadgets out there this season, namely the Kindle, the Nook. We also have the flip phone. Let's talk about what electronic gadgets are some of the last minute gifts that people are popping and swiping off of shelves right now.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of the last minute kind of gadgets people are going for are sort of the tried and true stuff. I think they're going for they're not, splurging on last minute, this is kind of hot. They're going for the things that they know are hot. iPods, I think, are still a really good deal that people are looking for. It's a proven quantity. Digital cameras, I mean, you can get some really nice bargains with digital cameras. We found that in our latest ratings, you can find, a pretty decent camera for, less than $150, and if you really go even lower, you can get a so-so camera, but, people are familiar with them, so they're going out and buying them. You mentioned some of the buzzy kind of products like the Amazon Kindle. There's a competitor to Barnes & Noble's Nook. I think there's a lot of interest in it, but I'm not quite certain that those are kind of the must-have gifts of this year.
Okay.
But definitely the things that people are tried and true and they know how to use and work or familiar with, but have that buzz. The iPhone to some extent, iPod again, digital cameras, Blu-ray players I think are doing phenomenal, whether or not they're the last-minute snatch-ups, but this year we're at a point where it's no longer a question of which format. Last year, we were just coming to the end of the war. There still was, do I get an HD DVD player or a Blu-ray player? And now there really is only one standard Blu-ray. And, again, we're looking at that demand. Oh, people are buying HD TVs. What do we got to go with it? Well, let's get a Blu-ray player for, $100. In some cases, if you bundle it with a TV, you can get a TV and a Blu-ray player, where it costs basically, that works out to like the Blu-ray player being about $80. So,
wow.
Yeah.
What about deals for digital cameras? Where are you finding them?
I think that all the good deals at this point, I mean, it still remains to be seen what the retailers are going to do. I mean, I think, you hit it again, it was up 0.5% on Black Friday, but I think online deals, people still can kind of find them and expect them. And one of the great things I think that, and why people are turning on to online shopping, is not so much they don't want to wait in line or deal with salespeople anymore, but because it really is kind of convenient now. I think people have figured out, especially in these tight times, hey, I can go online, take a look at the price, I put a watch on the price if it drops anymore, or this is what the product I'm looking for at this price point. They can actually do the search for it and find it. And then add to that, a lot of online shoppers have gotten savvy to say, hey, you know what, I'm going to be at this site. Can I find a discount coupon for that? And then plenty of websites here that will list, use this, checkout code or use this coupon code when you get off, and you'll get an additional 5% off or maybe free shipping or things like that. So consumers have gotten very savvy to use the internet and use the smarts that are out there to find really good deals.
All right, where are your favorite sites? Like, is it the Best Buys? Is it Circuit City, or not Circuit City, but where are your favorites?
Well, Circuit City actually exists online.
Okay.
So even though the stores are gone, another company bought out the name Circuit City.
I see.
But what we find is that we actually rated online stores, both online and retail stores, and we find that there are plenty of good sites out there to shop. I think Amazon is one of the sites that tops our list, and if you're in New York, or J&R, I think made our list. B&H Photo made our list. Those are the well-established sites that we think tend to do well in terms of when it comes to shopping for electronics or any other kind of gift.
So if people really want that electronics gift, but they're not really keen on doing electronics on Amazon, where would you suggest they go besides J&R?
In terms of brick and mortar stores, they're really only. Best Buy does kind of stand out as being the largest chain nowadays, and you mentioned Circuit City went out of business. In terms of retail outlets, they certainly have a massive presence. Best Buy, I believe, Fry's is still. Is Fry's still around? I can't even remember. I don't deal too much with the retail side in terms of which stores are some of the better ones we do. But we do have ratings online on consumerreports.org. You can find it if you go to electronics, the electronics tab, and scroll down. We actually list out which are the best places to buy.
Great.
You have to be a subscriber, but you can find out.
Okay, and also, what's the hottest IT gift as far as electronics go this year? Is it the flip phone?
I'm sorry?
The IT gift when it comes to electronics. What is it?
The gift?
The IT gift, yes. Like, what's the hot gift?
Well, I think
is it the PS3?
I really do think that there are several kind of gifts that most people would or are creating a lot of buzz. One of them being video games. We saw a very good spike in terms of searching for information for gifts. Again, this year we're at a very opportune time compared to last year. Last year, if you thought about it, video games, Nintendo Wii was all the rage, but it was still very hard to get. This year, we're finding that, all three systems are still available. And in fact, the Wii, has become widely available, so you no longer have to, do what I did a couple of years ago, which was indeed stand in line in Rockefeller Center at the Nintendo store, hoping to nab that one out of 100 or 200 they had that day.
Did you get it?
So I did get it.
All right, it worked. It paid off. But
yeah,
the place
it did pay off. I was freezing, and I wasn't happy to be up at 4 in the morning to get online, but I got it. But now consumers don't have to do that. You can pretty much walk into a Best Buy or Walmart and find it, and more insult to injury is that you can find it a whole lot cheaper. It's now $199. Some places like Walmart have a sale, or they did have a sale Saturday where you can get it for $199, but then Walmart throws in a $50 gift certificate.
Ooh, that's always fun.